Did God really use a prostitute among all people to save all of Israel? Well, we read about that in Joshua chapter 2. And we're going to answer three questions today. First and foremost, who was Rahab and why is she important? The second question is, what's the meaning behind this scarlet cord? And the third question is, why did the spies go to her house in the first place? Or maybe the better question is, why did they go there at all? Let's answer question number one. Who is Rahab and why does she matter? You know, Rahab is introduced in Joshua chapter 2, verse 1 as a prostitute living in Jericho. And that's not exactly who you'd expect for God to use, or is it? She wasn't just a prostitute, she was a Canaanite. She was not an Israelite. And she did not grow up knowing God's law, and chances are Canaanites wouldn't even have believed the God of Israel. But something different and incredible happens. Rahab contains faith. When the Israelite spies arrive, Rahab hides them and makes this bold declaration. She says in 2 verse 11, "For the Lord your God is the supreme God of the heavens above and the earth below." And so before Rahab even encounters God, she knows that he and he alone is the true God. You know, it's a bold statement, and it's so bold that she's later mentioned in the book of Matthew and also in the book of James, where her faith is praised. Think about that. A prostitute in a pagan city known for her faith. And honestly, that's not just a side note, that is the total message, in my opinion, of Joshua chapter 2. It's God specializes in using extremely unlikely people. Now, what's the significance of the scarlet cord? In Joshua chapter 2, verse 18, the spies tell Rahab, "Tie this scarlet cord in the window, and everyone inside will be spared." On the surface, it's simply a symbol. It's a symbol that says, spare this home and everybody in it when Israel attacks. But throughout the Bible, we're going to find that this carries a much deeper meaning. Go with me all the way back to the book of Exodus. Do you remember that in the 10th plague, when the angel of death came over all of Egypt, that the Israelites, they painted their door frames with the blood of a lamb, and that's what protected them. It was all the way back in Exodus. It's right here in Joshua chapter 2. And then later in the New Testament, we're going to find that Jesus, the last lamb, the last sacrifice, his blood and his blood alone covers all of our sins. It's amazing. And the third question is this: why did the spies go to Rahab's house at all? It's an interesting thought. There are some different theories on this. Joshua chapter 2 verse 1 says the spies entered Rahab's house and stayed there. And here's a few thoughtful, practical reasons. First, a house like Rahab's would have probably been a place where strangers could come and go without drawing too much attention. Second, it may have been located near the city wall, probably making it much easier to escape. But I think that there's something much larger than just strategy going on here. It was all part of God's plan. You know, out of all the places where the spies could have ended up, they ended up in Rahab's house. And that's not significant necessarily because she's a prostitute. The significance of it is that she's probably the one person in all of Jericho that fears God. It's God's plan and it's his sovereignty. It wasn't random. It shows us that God is up to work in the places that we least expect him to be. Hey, if this video was helpful or if it added any value to your life, go ahead and subscribe. We'll see you next time.